I've pressed the button. It should be live any minute now. There we go. All right. Top of the morning. Happy, what day is it? Monday/Tuesday, wherever you guys are. Hope you're having a fab start to the week. So I'm here with Sonia, an amazing client of mine. I'm super, super excited to have her here and to interview her around what's been working for her in her business in the last 12 months. So Sonia is an energy leadership coach. And when she started working with me, her business was brand new. She's been doing it part-time. She's made 80K in sales in the first 12 months working part-time, and she's had so many challenges along the way. Like, she lost her Facebook account, which I know is a big thing that a lot of people are so afraid that that's going to happen, and it actually happened to her. It got hacked. She lost it. She had to start a new one, like all over again from scratch. And so still working part-time with a family, with a day job, with losing her Facebook account, with all the stuff that's been going on, she still did 80K in her first year, which I think is just absolutely amazing. In the first 12 months, getting a brand new business off the ground. So I'm really, really excited to have her here and just to share, have her share like some of the things that have been helpful for her and what's working for her, and maybe even some, tips around what happened with her account. And so firstly, like, welcome. Super excited to have you here, Sonia. Do you want to
Thank you.
maybe just tell people a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, so I am an energy leadership manifestation coach. I've been coaching for 14 years and on and off, trying to figure out strategy like everybody else, which as somebody who is in a more, intrinsic kind of niche, so to speak, and energy and all that stuff, it can be a little bit challenging for us because I think we resist strategy because we might feel like we're going to be put into a box. But yeah, I've been coaching this for a long time now, and like I said, I think, since I started working with you is when I really started to understand the importance of having a strategy. And I help entrepreneurs with manifestation and in their own businesses because I learned how important strategy is.
I love it.
So
I
yeah.
love it. And if anyone, like, if you guys want to comment, like, what kind of coaching you do, is it kind of woo woo? Is it spiritual? Is it very, I guess, clear cut, like, tangible, non-tangible? Like, what kind of niche are you guys in? What are you coaching? I do believe that every niche has pros and cons, right? At the end of the day, getting your business off the ground, it's simple, but it's hard, right? It really is like, just follow these steps, and it doesn't matter what niche you're in, doesn't matter what space you're in. If you follow the damn steps, you're going to grow. But it's hard because you have all the mindset stuff to deal with, and different niches have different challenges, and they all have pros and cons. Like, every single niche has a pro and con. And I think the pros to, like, being in the space that you're in, Sonia, working with people in business, the pros are that, well, people in business are kind of inclined to invest in themselves, but the cons are that they're typically looking for very clear ROI strategies, and like, this is how you increase your sales, or this is how you build your team, or right. And you're teaching energy and nervous system regulation, right? And you're teaching your front end strategy is all the woo. And so that can be its own challenge in itself, and still to do what you did in part-time with the challenge that you had is absolutely amazing. And so super, super, super cool. Do you want to share, like, a little bit about just like what you coach, like, in regards to like energy and manifestation?
Yeah, so I work with I was trained and certified in a system called energy leadership, and it just basically is like a blueprint of what is going on energetically for you, like your beliefs and perceptions that are blocking you or supporting you, because some of them are empowering. And it's super powerful because it is like my clients come in, they take an assessment, and I'm able to see the screenshot of what is going on for them and really quickly address, like without trying to figure out all the things that they think are wrong, like quickly address the inner landscape piece of it and shift it. Because again, I've been doing this for 14 years. I've seen so many of these assessments and know exactly what minor energy shifts need to happen in order for them to create the result that they want. And so when they come to me, it's like, we have the breakthrough session with the assessment, and immediately they start to see changes. And then add to that, like, just anything, any simple strategy that will work for them and their nervous system. And well, I know from working with you that the strategy is the foundation that's going to really hold and give you the capacity to expand in your business and grow when challenges arise. Because if you don't have that strategy, I don't think, even though I did have a lot of like rebuilding to do after I lost my Facebook account, but without the strategy that you taught us, I think it would have taken me a lot longer because I had that foundation of like that really builds resilience, right? Like when shit's hitting the fan, so to speak, like you can go back to that strategy and just repeat it and it'll work. So yeah, that's what I do in a nutshell.
I love it. I love it. Can you talk about like losing your Facebook account? I don't know if you have any, if I don't
Yeah.
know much to say. Like, do you have any tips? Any like, don't do this or do this or I don't know, avoid
So
this.
I think this is actually really important for people to know, especially if, you're somebody who's building a business that is connection oriented, which is what creates success in my opinion. But I was at the height of like really peaking in my business with, the challenges that I was leading. I had built tremendous know, like, and trust with the people in my Facebook, and then I got hacked. And the way that happened is somebody, like I got this notification from Facebook saying that I violated something and to click on this link. So I clicked on the link and the link was, somebody hacking me. Not only did they hack my account, which I immediately caught on to, so I did go and change my password, but they also like they got into my bank accounts because at the time I had a business Facebook account that I was getting paid to play and they got in there. So once I changed the passwords, I was like, oh, everything's fine. And then it was like maybe 2 weeks later, I got a notification. I went to get on my Facebook and it wouldn't let me. And it said, your account has been suspended due to suspicious activity. Somehow they got back in. I guess once you click on that link, it just messes everything up. And I did not have dual authentication. So everybody should have that in place. So they suspended my account and I tried to, get it back a few times, like over and over, and I never got it back. And luckily, since I did have my Facebook group, I had it linked to another, like my private Facebook account. And I was able to continue with the Facebook group once I opened up a new account. But yeah, I've been rebuilding since then. And again, luckily I did have my Facebook group, which I have over 400 people in, and they are all know me and have come into, the free challenges that I run. And because of that, I was able to just keep the momentum going, even though I felt, crappy at times because you feel a little defeated, like you get to a point in your business and then all of a sudden it's like, oh man, but it taught me a lot about like my own work that needs to happen in order to continue to grow and scale in business. It's a lot of it is about resilience. So for me, that was a lesson in that.
I love that. And that something like that bank account thing where there was like Facebook payments, that happened to me too. And I don't know, the bank blocked my cards and I just went and like deleted everything off my Facebook, Meta account. I'm like, why is there payments coming through? Like I'm not running any ads. Like it was just like it was really random. But thankfully I didn't lose my account or anything, which is good. But I feel like a lot of people maybe would go through that and then decide, you know what, fuck Facebook, I'm going to go to another platform, I'm going to do something else, or throw in the towel. What made you decide to just get back on the horse?
I think it's just that number one, I love what I do and I love helping others. You have to have a really strong why because business is not for the faint of heart. And you know this, like you remind us all the time. Like you have to be connected to something greater than your ego, and then the challenges that we're going to face in business. So that for me was number one. I have a big mission on my heart, and I'm going to keep going until I keep going. Um, so that for me was number one. And also, again, I'll go back and repeat this because it's really important, especially for us woo people. Just I knew that I had a strategy that was solid. And I'm like, and even this, because I'll be perfectly transparent. It could probably be more solid because I do veer off once in a while. But even though it's not as solid as it could be from my own doing, it's solid. It's pretty solid, and it's it aligns with my values of service also. And it's just if you continue to repeat that, I may not see, because it's slower, it's a little bit slower now that I'm rebuilding, but the results will continue to happen because it's something that it's proven to work. So having that also just was like a reminder for me that, okay, you know, I have this obstacle in front of me. What am I going to do about it? And then just reminded myself, okay, just repeat what I was doing. It might take a little bit of time for these people to warm up, but they'll get to know me too. So,
Yeah. I like you
yeah.
said something that I hope someone writes down. I can't see. I don't know if there's any comments or anything I can't see, but I hope someone writes this down. You said you need to have something bigger than your ego. And
Yeah.
I really, really liked that because a lot of the time we don't mean to be attaching all of our ego to business, but we do. All of our self-worth is tied up in the results that we get that day or that week or that month, right? And if we were winning, then we're feeling great and we're like king shit. And if we're losing, then everything sucks and the whole world sucks. And being able to just, you know, remove your emotions from the business and operate outside of ego is, I think, like just a really valuable lesson. So I love that you shared that.
Yeah, and something I always say, because I teach manifestation and I'm very like down to earth with the process that I teach, because people think that manifestation is about like things falling from the sky, which they do, but also like you have to put in the action, right? Something that I teach is like, and I say to my clients is show me how you're able to hold the energy of the unseen when your 3D reality is like throwing like all the shit at you. Show me how you can hold the energy, and I'll show you your ability to manifest what you want. Because that's really all what it's all about. Like the ego part, we all have an ego, and yes, we're going to have our ego tantrums when stuff isn't going our way, but it's really our ability to stay centered and stay focused on our why and not let the current circumstances dictate what is possible for us. And so that's part of the resilience piece of like, I wasn't going to I did take a little bit of like 2 weeks to decide which direction I want to go with my Facebook, but I wasn't going to go to another platform or start over there. I was just like, okay, I need to just recenter myself and feel the feelings of defeat and frustration, and then get back on the horse and go at it again.
I like what you said about just holding the energy of like it's an unknown reality, right? And there are so many quotes about this, like being able to like what do they say? The definition of resilience is like being able to keep falling over without loss of enthusiasm or keep right, like
Right.
you're still holding that energy of being over here. And so many of us like we get stuck looking to the past for proof that we can do something that we haven't done. And then we take action and behavior in alignment with that. But that's never going to happen because the proof isn't there yet because you haven't done it. So you need to be right acting in alignment with he or she or who has created the thing. And so it's just yeah, like I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Um,
I'm in it for the long haul.
I love it. I love it. Any tips, like top tips for anyone? It doesn't have to be if you lost your Facebook account. I know that's a pretty like fingers crossed no one here has to actually go through that. I would cry. I would cry if I
Well,
lost.
I cried. I cried and then I got over it.
Yeah, that's it. You cry, you get over it, you move on. But definitely there would be tears. I would cry for sure. But any tips just for people getting things off the ground or maybe if they're in non-tangible niches and any top tips?
I think the tip is, again, have a strong why. I That has helped me tremendously, is to have a strong why. And yeah, like serve your heart out from love, and don't attach, especially as we're growing and serving more people. And this because like we have this conversation often, like people don't always sign up right away to work with you. Some people take their time, and being able to hold space for those people, because they do come around and it gets to be really fun, like seeing these people in your world over and over, and then finally they sign up and you get to help them. So really just yeah, connecting to that vision, staying focused, and repeating what works, and just going, going, going. Yeah.
I think that's a really powerful one that you just said, repeating what works. Because it's very common, and like, we do it at all kinds of levels, right? Like sometimes the answer, like for example, if you want to make more sales, typically the answer is actually just to do more of what works. It's not to add another strategy, it's not to do another thing, it's not to get seven income streams. No millionaire got to a millionaire with seven income streams. They got there with one and then diversified, right? But we often, like, even when we create some success, then we start trying to do other things. And it is as simple as what you just said, like repeat what works and then repeat it
I think
again.
yeah, what I
Again.
want to add to that, Sarah, that I see happens a lot because we are an instant gratification nation. Like, I mean, you can literally just order from Amazon and get it the next day. When what happens is when people don't see results right away, they immediately unplug. This is what I say, you unplug your energy and don't give this enough of a chance. And then you
Yeah.
start throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping it'll stick, looking for other strategies.
Right.
And I tell everybody it takes at least 3 months of you solidly committing to one strategy to see if it works or not. And you've taught me this too. The other part of it for us empaths and big hearted leaders is don't make the data mean anything about you and don't create any drama. Like actually look at the data and be honest with yourself as to how much effort and intention and work you're putting into it before you start unplugging and trying something else because of the instant gratification. Like, oh, somebody didn't sign up. It must mean it's not working, you know?
100%, 100%. And you like just data over drama. And every like I said, like every niche has different challenges. So like for some people, the challenge might be, for example, like Jessica, who's in our program, she works with people helping them with their crypto taxes. So for her, she has a challenge at the front end. It will be slower to build the audience. It will be a little bit harder to find those people. But on the back end, her group will eventually gain massive traction because it's such a unique thing that it'll be easier for her at a different spot. And other people the other way around, it might be easier to get off the ground, but then to maybe become that category one will be hard. Or for some people, it might be easier, to grow the group, but getting the messaging right, whatever. Like everyone has like their own things. And exactly like you said, like just don't turn away the second you get a no. And we lie to ourselves. We lie to ourselves as well, right? We're like, oh, I tried so hard. I put it like we let our emotions tell us that we actually did more effort than what we did. And if we really look at what we put in, it's like, well, you kind of pulled back there. You could have invited another person to a phone call. You could have done that. You could have put in a bit like we actually could have gone that extra step, like they talk about in the gym, like the extra reps. And it's those extra reps that make all the difference. Even like for us inside of our program, like we're all going to Mexico right at the end of the year. And at one point I thought, fuck, not enough people want to go to Mexico. And I thought, do I just pull back? Do I just stop now? Do I just cancel Mexico before I have two people book flights and then no one else comes, right? And it was like, no, this is when you push forward. This is when you do the extra reps. This is when you promote more. This is when you get it out there more. But most of us get to that brink of resistance where it starts to seem like it's not going to come how we want, right? And there's still opportunities there, but because the first few didn't come through nicely, we pull back
Yeah,
instead of pushing forward. And then we actually sabotage ourselves because we could have pushed forward the extra rep, the extra 2 reps, extra 3 reps, and that could have changed everything.
absolutely. It's like, that little meme, you've probably seen it. The guy's like digging for gold and he's
Yep.
like 3 feet from gold and he like gives up. That's it. That's what I tell myself, like 3 feet from gold. You don't know, you keep going, you're going to strike gold. And that's just the name of the game.
You know what? I kind of might stick that up on my wall. I really like that. I feel like something like that on the wall could be good because it's just a good reminder every day. Like just do the extra fucking rep, do the extra digging or whatever. Um, love, love,
Yeah.
love. Anything else that you want to add? Any other like key takeaway, like number one thing that you want people to just be aware of or
I think, for me, what has been huge and like, because I don't look at numbers. But then when I looked at the numbers, I was like, oh crap. I am like less than a year, I think, away from a six-figure business. like $20,000 away from a six-figure business, building it part-time. And more importantly than anything else, it's who I've become in the process. So if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling like, oh my God, is this going to happen or anything like that, like just keep going. It's about the journey and it's about who you become on the way there, and the results inevitably will happen. So that's what I would say to everybody. Keep going.
100%. I love it. If anyone, because you were talking at the beginning about how you do this energy blueprint thing with people, and I don't know everything that you were saying, but it sounds really cool, and I'm assuming that there are people in here that would be interested in that. Do you have, is that like a freebie, a guide, or just like
It's
that's
not a
just your
freebie. It is paid because you have to, yeah, you have there's a company that gives them. Like I have to apply for it and they have to take it.
okay.
But they can contact me or they can come inside my group, and I do a bunch of free trainings in there as well. So yeah,
Do you have a challenge? You have a challenge coming up?
I do have a challenge coming up at the end of November. November.
Is it a manifestation challenge? What's the challenge?
It's gonna be the business. Wait, hold on. What's the name of it? I just had it. See? I wish you would have told me. It's the Manifesting Business Momentum Challenge. I've done it 2 months ago, and that was a big hit. So I'm going to run it again.
Amazing. All right, cool. If you guys want to come to the challenge and just learn more about what Sonia does with energy leadership and being able to tap into, I guess, putting yourselves like in the right energy and regulating your nervous system and acting out of alignment with where you're wanting to go, comment maybe manifest. That's a good word. Comment manifest. And then my biggest takeaways, number one is remove yourself from the ego, or remove the ego from the business. Number one takeaway. And then number two is just keep going.
Keep going.
I love it. Thank you for doing this. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. If you guys have any other questions, if anyone wants to ask anything, you're totally welcome to do so, or connect with Sonia. I'll put her stuff down there. And otherwise, have an amazing week. Peace and love, everyone. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys.
Thank you.
Do a peace sign too.
Yeah.
I love it.